Okay, we're going to try this again. Had a little technical glitch there, but we are back because we persevere. That's what we do around here. Isn't that right, Coco? Coco and I are going to answer questions today. Coco has a lot to say about love. Say hello to the people, Coco. Coco is going to answer the questions. I'm going to ask her, and then she's going to answer. How about that? Ooh, say hi, Coco. Say, I believe in love. I believe in love. Hi, Dina. How are you? I'm your sister in your head. That is so lovely. Aw. See, I got another sister taker. She said, I'm her sister in her head. As long as Coco can come along and be part of the family. Right, Coco? What you got on your lips? What you got on your lips? Anyway, we are here today to answer your questions. So I want you to send me what your questions are. But first, tell me where you're from and what time it is where you are. Hello, Angelette. How are you? Did I say it right? Angelette. That's a pretty name. I like that. Love to see you too. Thank you very much. I'm saying hi on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the same time. And I'm just so excited. You know what I've been doing all day today? I've been doing curriculum for the master class that's going to come out March 1st. And I am pumped because there is so much good information. And we're just having such a great time putting the course together for those who want to excel in life, love, and increase their joy level. That's what we're doing. And, Guyana. My uncle is from Guyana. You're in Ghana? Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. The joy of the Lord keeps you looking good, child. He says that he will renew your youth like the eagles. So when you're living the way God is telling you to live, he keeps you looking good. That's all I can say. If you want to know about the beauty serum I'm using, that's it. Also, I do use this collagen product that my friend Marshawn Evans markets called Modere, and I'm loving it. I'm telling you, it is wonderful for your skin, for your hair. My nails have been growing like crazy. I had to call her the other day and say, girl, thank you. I'm going to be as cute as you in a minute. London is in the house. Savannah, Georgia is in the house. Richmond, Virginia is in the house. South Carolina. Let me see. South Africa is in the house. Guyana is in the house. I love it when we all can connect like that from all over the world in a minute, in a flash. Whoever thought it would come to this, and yet it has. Kind of makes sense now when the scripture says that the whole world would be watching when those prophets are lying in the street. Couldn't figure out how that would happen before, but now we know through social media, everyone will be able to see what's happening in Israel on that fateful day. Let me see. We've got Ohio in the house. Who else is in the house? England is in the house. South Africa is in the house. Wow. Atlanta is in the house. Who else is in the house? I love it. I love seeing where everybody's coming from. It is 7:55 my time, so that means that it is 2:55 in Atlanta and New York. It is 1:55 in Chicago, and it's 11:55 in LA. I think I got that right. And it's 9:55 in South Africa. See, after a while, you got to know where everybody is. Bronx is in the house. Let me see. Virginia is in the house. Long Island is in the house. Okay, I love it. I am talking to the world, like right here, sitting in my living room, talking to the world. Love it, love it, love it. So let me ask you this. What's on your mind today about love? What's on your mind about life? What's on your mind about happiness? What are you dealing with? Nigeria's in the house. Barbados is in the house. Okay. Philadelphia is in the house. I love it. Baltimore, Maryland is in the house. Newport News, Virginia. Okay. And I've been to a lot of these places and I love getting around. I'm sitting in Ghana right now. What's the weather doing where you are? Florida is in the house. It's hot and balmy where I am. Mississippi is in the house. Somebody says the joy of the Lord is my strength. Yes, it is. Keith Hammond from Atlanta is in the house. All right. Keith, are we related? But my Hammonds are from Ghana. Let me see. I've done all the things throughout the years no one talks about after you're healed and fully ready for marriage. Okay. Well, you know what? When you're healed and you're fully ready for marriage, love usually takes you by surprise. You're just living your life, doing your do, being you, doing your best you. And guess what happens? Love overtakes you. The Bible says that the blessings of the Lord will overtake you. So you don't even need to look. You just need to relax, live life, be like Ruth. Ruth happened on the field and was discovered by Boaz. Was she looking for Boaz? She wasn't looking for Boaz. She probably didn't even have on makeup, didn't have her hair done, probably had her head tied up in a scarf, concentrating on the job at hand, which was living. And guess what happened? She was noticed. That's how it happens. I believe that we should stop stressing so much about finding a partner and organically live our life. Question: how to prepare for love in the 50s and beyond? I'm about to be 60 in May and open, but want to be prepared at my senior years. You know what? Now is the time. I love talking about self-care. I just told you about this amazing product that my friend Marshawn Evans sells. It's called Modere. It's a liquid collagen. I've been using it. I actually really have seen a difference in my skin, my hair, my nails are growing like crazy and hard as a rock. We just have to take care of ourselves because love is not prohibitive to an age range, okay? My favorite aunt got married for the first time at 67, had over 20-something years of wonderful wedded bliss before she went to be with the Lord. Her husband is still here. And she said it was worth the wait. We had to talk her into getting married because she was so busy enjoying life. Is that what you got to say, Coco? Okay, you want to get down? She's had her 2 cents to say about love, so she's going to leave. So really the best way to prepare for love in your 50s and your 60s or any age is to take the best care of yourself possible. Take care of your skin, take care of your body, take care of your health so that you will be fit and ready for romance on all levels. That is really, really important. So your senior years have nothing to do with it, honey. Folks, you know what? I got to tell you this. A lot of my friends that have gotten married later in life have had much better, more joyful marriages than those who got married early. And I believe that is because you get to a place where you know yourself, you know who you are, you know who you're not, you know what you want, you know what you don't want. And so you make better choices in life partners and you don't settle for less than what you really want to live with because you've already lived your life alone or on your second marriage or whatever. And you don't have time for drama and all that foolishness. So you really do eliminate, you do ask the right questions because you understand that this is the rest of your life you're talking about. And maturity kicks in and you look for different things. I think that you start to look at the quality of life you want to have as opposed to what you want your partner to look like, which is critical. So I think that you shouldn't stress about getting married later in life or waiting for that time when you're settled in yourself, you know who you are, what you really want. You just make better love choices, right? Okay, I will save it, Van. Let me see. There's some questions on here. Okay. How do you start the healing process after several failed relationships? Wow, you really need to take my master class, girl, because I'm covering all this stuff in the curriculum. And I'm telling you now that when you sign up for the master class, it's at over 50% off for the month of February only. I've also given you an option where you can pay 3 payments, but if you pay the full payment right away, you get a free coaching session with me. So that's the plus for signing up and paying the full amount up front. But how you start the healing process is by accepting the pain, learning from the pain, and then making a date with recovery. There are certain steps that you need to take, certain decisions you need to take, because joy is a choice. It's not a happening. It doesn't happen organically. We have to put things in place for our joy level to be restored and maintained. So, just really gleaning from what happened in those relationships. And if you can't see it, ask objective friends who love you to let you know what they saw were your mistakes in those relationships, so that you make up your mind that you're not doing that again. You're allowing yourself to heal. You're owning your part of what did or did not happen, what you said, what you didn't say, what you did, what you didn't do. There are a lot of different factors for failed relationships. But if you're the common denominator in those failed relationships, it's a signal that something in you needs to change and your choices need to change. So that's the good part of it. And that should give you joy, and that should strengthen you to know it's not over, and you get the opportunity to learn and take your relationship to the next level the next time you have the opportunity to do so. Someone said, I'm looking at questions that I have here. Anybody have questions on IG, please make sure. We've put the link in for if you're interested in the masterclass. It's called Love You, 40 Days to Getting Real About Life, Love, and Happiness. It is 50 modules it's 5 modules. Oh my goodness, 50 modules. I would keel over. 5 modules with 10 lessons each. And there will be 3 live masterclasses and Q&A sessions in there as well. So every other week, I'm going to pop on to make sure that you're getting what I'm teaching you, so you can take the lessons at your leisure. They are taped lessons, but then every 2 weeks, I come on and we have a live together for Q&A and any answers that you might still be not sure of from the curriculum. You'll get a workbook. You'll get access to the Love You community online. We'll have a Facebook page just for you, so that you can interact and exchange what you've learned as you're going along. So it is really a comprehensive class, very detailed on the different issues that you struggle with. And there's definitely a part about heart recovery in the program, as well as dating, courtship, life in general, things that you need to be aware of to prepare yourself. Things that will empower you to make the right choice, to recognize the right partner, how to get from hello to I do. But in the meantime, how to wait joyfully with a sense of fulfillment and purpose. It's important for you not to be desperate at any point in the journey, because desperation diminishes what? I always say it, desperation diminishes discernment, right? You'd like to know how and when I stepped into my ministry and what advice I have for anyone stepping out. Well, first of all, keep your day job. That's the first thing I would say about being in ministry. Keep your day job. Paul actually gave us a hint about that. Paul had a day job. The Apostle Paul had a day job. And he did not rely on anyone for a handout. And trust me, that's not something you should do. Some people are really good at asking for money. I'm not good at asking for money. I do a program the first Saturday of every month. I had 200 people on last time. They all gleaned and went over time. They were having such a good time. And I asked for them to donate money, and 2 people gave. 2 people out of 205 people. Now, it costs me. I have to pay for Zoom. I have to pay for my assistant. I have to pay for internet. I have to pay for a lot of stuff. And when you go to a restaurant and you eat and you enjoy your food, you pay for it. So I don't know why we like to just, take, and don't consider the option of just sowing a seed. I don't believe that your seeds buy you anything. I really don't. I know a lot of ministries say sow a seed and you're going to get this and you're going to get that. I believe that when you sow into the kingdom of God, God sees that you're making his business a priority and he blesses you, but you can't buy blessings from God. So I never teach that. But When ministry is a part-time job, yes. What you need to do is do ministry, discover what your lane is, do it, do what gives you fulfillment and joy, and let it build and grow. And you'll know if and when you should let go of your full-time job. I minister full-time. So I walk by faith and I live by faith full-time. And so I do depend on donations from people. I do depend on giving, especially in this here COVID where you can't fly around and, do meetings like you used to do. This is it. But I have continued to persevere, and God continues to supply in amazing and surprising ways. But ministry, don't do it for money. Do it because it's your assignment. Do it because you're called. It says many are called, but few are chosen. We're all called into the kingdom of God, and some are chosen for service. So if you feel that you've been chosen for service and you know what your assignment is, do it faithfully. God is the one that will breathe on it and give you favor. God is the one who will blow up your ministry and give it life. And you know what? We can't all reach everybody. So he gives each of us our assignment. And if we just focus on the field that God has sent us to, we'll be filled with fulfillment. I love to know that I'm changing lives. I love to know that I'm impacting people. I love to know that I'm helping people, strengthening people, maximizing people, helping them live their life to their best, highest potential in God. That's my mission in life. My mission in life is very simple: to make the word of God relevant, to renew mindsets and transform lives so that everyone is looking like God and living the life he called and created them to live. That's it for me. Any more questions? You guys aren't asking questions today. What's going on? I know you have stuff on your heart, and this is the venue, baby, to give me the questions. I love answering questions. I love talking back and forth with you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Jesus House DC is like family to me. I love that place. Pastor Gandy and his wife are amazing people. And thank you. Thank you so much. I just pray all the time, God, make me effective, because otherwise there's no reason for me to do what I'm doing. Yep, that's true. And so that's why I don't go into a big long dirge about asking. I say, if you are being blessed, you can send a donation. It's quite simple. That's it. If you're being blessed by what I say and do, or go online and buy a book. I forgot to tell you that this month I'm giving away free books. So if you go to my website at michellehammond.com and click on the icon for Love Month, you can get free books, a devotional, another book, as well as links to get great discounts on Amazon. Got several books that are 99 cents. Can you say 99 cents? You see, I'm very generous. I love giving stuff away. I just want people to have the materials. So make sure that you log onto the website, not only to sign up for the masterclass, but to get free books. This is for February only. I am giving away some books because I just want people to have them. I know it's a tough month for singles. Sometimes it's a tough month for married people, because there's nothing worse than being married and feeling alone. What's the excuse then when you feel alone in the middle of your marriage? How will you know when God speaks to you about a ministry? Well, that thing just burns inside of you. You basically cannot help yourself. A lot of us are in ministry and don't know it. We speak words of encouragement to people every day. We pray with people every day. We correct people every day. That's ministry. No matter where you are, you're in ministry. I think sometimes we get the wrong idea. We see people up on a platform and we think that's ministry. That's one facet of ministry. It is not I dare say it might not even be the most effective ministry, because I believe that true ministry is when you earn the right to speak into people's lives one-on-one, where you're interacting with them, where you're not on a platform and you're accessible and you're able to speak into their lives. You're able to see what they're doing, mentor them, disciple them. I mean, Jesus was in ministry. He walked with people. They smelled his breath. They lived in tents. They moved around, and he was able to speak into their lives based on what he observed about them. And so we've got to remember that ministry, we're all called to ministry. We're all ministers. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. You're taking a dance class. Wow, that's great. I'm trying to talk a friend of mine into doing an online dance class, Otis Salid. He's an amazing choreographer. And I think he's designing a class that's going to be taught online. And if that happens, you need to take advantage of that. He's one of the best in the business. What are your thoughts about a man that says, you're the wife I didn't marry? He texts, but he does not call. Oh, no. We don't have time for games. If he's just texting and he's not calling, he's not pursuing enough. I wouldn't even listen to that conversation because we're talking about action here, not talk. You got to walk your talk. You can't just talk. He might be texting 5 other people. That's what players do. They keep in touch with everybody, but they don't follow up with action. And sometimes if you're in that mindset where that's all the attention you're getting, you absorb that, you start romanticizing that, and then you start to believe you're in a relationship that you're really not in. The ship is going nowhere. The relationship, okay? Yes, okay. Let me see. You're empty nester and figuring out your life. Now is exciting time. You get to experiment, try all kinds of things, do the things you wanted to do that you didn't have time or finance to do before. It's an exciting time. It's a new beginning for you. Let me see. Been waiting for a very long time. Sometimes I have regrets on some of the choices made, such as not shacking up and waiting for marriage to have sex. How do I stay encouraged when it seems my husband is not coming? Well, first of all, it's not over till it's over. Secondly, I would say trust God's timing. Many have slept with people and they're still single. So sleeping with someone is not the answer. Many people have lived with people and still not gotten married. I know a few women who lived with men. The men died. Their children came and kicked them out of the house. They were not protected or covered. So it's not really the wisest track to take. And, if you're going to live with someone, they should be invested in you completely. They should be committed. They should be in covenant. So don't have any regrets about doing things God's way. When you do things God's way, you get God's reward. But sometimes our perception and our outlook needs to change about where we are and see what God may have been protecting us from versus what God is keeping from us. So mindset has everything to do with where you are. There's no time limit on God for love. And what's good for you sometimes takes longer. Listen, a couple of my friends waited till later in life, got married to widowers. I really think widowers are the best husbands because they've been trained. You don't have to do all that work because if they had a good marriage, they end up being a great husband second time around because they've already, he's playing you. Yes, exactly. Jenny was talking about the guy with the text messages. He's playing you. If he's not following up, he's not to be considered. He doesn't deserve to be considered. Okay. So don't get discouraged. Know that God is keeping you for something special. If there's no mate in your future, he will give you a grace for that to be all right. But can you tell me what some of the questions are on IG? Because I can't. It's scrolling so fast for me. And I've been answering Facebook and YouTube, and I want to answer some questions there too. But don't get discouraged. As I said earlier, my aunt got married for the first time at 67, said it was worth the wait. We had to talk her into it because she was so busy having a fabulous life, going on three and 4 cruises a year and having a good time. So I just want to encourage you to stand fast, continue, because let me tell you something. There's nothing worse than settling and then having things not work out. Okay. That doesn't work well either. So I just want you to know that there's nothing better than doing it God's way, because at least that way you have peace, and you can't pay for peace. Okay, there you go. I'm looking for a widower too, Tony. Well, maybe not, but anyway.
What's your beauty regime? Have you answered that one?
Beauty regime. It's very simple. I use I'll tell you the products I use. I use Dr. Biaggi's ZO skincare. It has done revolutionary things for my skin. I used to have a lot of breakouts, believe it or not, but that really cleared up my skin. It's a little pricey, but it lasts forever. Like I'm still using what I bought back in August. Okay. And when is this? We're in February now. So it's actually worth the investment, and it does really do a wonderful job on your skin. And I just started this liquid collagen that Marshawn Evans is selling, and it is lovely. I love it. Modere. You can look it up online. Modere. Great for the skin, great for the hair, great for the nails. They even have one called Trim, so that can help you with your weight control. You know.
How are you so content? And if you want more, please sign up for the masterclass. Should we give?
Yes, please. All these questions that I'm answering all this stuff in the masterclass, and you will have the material. Just think, you'll have 50 lessons. You'll have a workbook. You'll get 3 sessions with me, one-on-one if you pay for it all up front, as well as the Love You community page. So there's a lot of stuff, and it's a special, listen, during this COVID time, I bought several classes, and they can be a little pricey, and then you get them and they're like, huh? They're not saying anything. Trust me, I'm throwing in everything but the kitchen sink in this. I want you to have all this information so that you can navigate through your life, navigate through your love life or the lack thereof, navigate to a place called happy, no matter what relationship condition you are in. There is, you can't pay for peace. You can't buy happiness. Happiness or joy resides in you. Your hair is in the picture.
It's just my hair. That's fine.
You said, am I content? How am I so content in my singleness? Is it because I'm focused on my purpose? You know what? I'm going to tell you something.
It's a question here.
What? Why do you think younger men are becoming attracted to older women?
Yes. I guess that's a question. But go ahead, answer the first
Okay.
one. How are you so content in your
Why am I
singleness?
so content in my singleness? Okay, I'll answer that one first. I am content in my singleness, and I will tell you I've not always been. Let me start there. I don't have convenient amnesia about being a miserable single. I don't. And for me, I really challenged God with that, because I said, I'll just be a hypocrite if I'm running around saying, Jesus is all you need, and I don't really feel that way. So I said, God, you really have to show me that I can be happy as a single person. I just saw another question. Help me remember that one.
Guys, on Instagram, you can use the question tab so that we can see your question.
You can use the question tag on IG so that we can see your question clearly without it going past me fast so that I miss it. But what got me to a place of happiness as a single, yes, was me stepping into purpose. For me, it was talking to singles about getting a life, getting a love life without the partner that you were looking for. And I've been so busy doing that and speaking into the lives of other people. And I tell you, I just get so pumped when I do that. My days are full. Most of the time I'm exhausted. I can really confess to you, I don't pray about a mate. It's not something that I sit around thinking about. I have a lot of male friends, so I don't have that male void in my life. And I do encourage having platonic relationships with members of the opposite sex. That way you learn about the opposite sex. It kills that void, and it keeps your comfort level with the opposite sex up. Because after a while, if you're just hanging out with just your girls or just your boys, you start getting really awkward when you do meet members of the opposite sex. You've got to reacclimate yourself on how to interact with them all over again. So it's really important to have platonic friends from the opposite sex. So I would have to say that getting in purpose and keeping a healthy balance in my relationships, as well as having a great support system and friends who like to do things where my life is filled with other activities too, not just work, but planning fun and having those times where you share and exchange. That is important. Your life needs to be balanced. Singles spend a lot of time being very myopic, focus only on the one tree in the garden they can't have, and they miss out on enjoying all the other trees. It's important to not just focus on relationships, but on your life. Let your life be the party someone wants to come to. It is critical for you to not just be interested, but interesting. Okay. And that happens when you're living a well-rounded life that has a wealth of experiences and friendships and adventures, and you're building memories so that when you get to the marriage, you won't have any regrets about wasted time behind you, and even your resources, because marriage might change your life where you might not have access to some of the things you have access to now. So it's really, really critical for you to enjoy your life to the fullest. Someone asked about why I think that younger men are more attracted to older women these days. Well, I think that I just said don't be interested, interesting. I think older women are interesting. They've lived a full life. They're mature. They're much more comfortable in the skin they're in. They know what they want. They don't usually rely on other people for their happiness. It takes the stress off of them to, how can I say, enjoy the relationship. They enjoy the relationship. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to experience with an older woman. So younger women are still exploring and finding out who they are and coming up into who they are and learning how to be comfortable in the skin they're in. So I think that that's probably the biggest factor. I'm always beating off some younger man. I'm like, get out of here. Do you know how old I am?
You want more answers and questions?
Yes, and if you want more answers, sign up for the master class. Let me see, what's my take on opting to have a child when a partner isn't in sight? Age factor. Well, let me see. How can I answer that? I have some single friends who have adopted children, and I applaud them for that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with fostering and adopting children as a single person. I think in the economy of God that those who have it to give should give where they find a need. And I think that there's a lot of fulfillment in that. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. Do it because you're led to do it. There's so many children out there looking for a parent, looking for love. And if that's on your heart to that degree, go for it. I would not say not to do it. I think that it's a wonderful idea. I think that some of us wait and wait and wait. And if you truly have the spirit of motherhood and nurturing, you will give love where you're able to give love and not insist that it come from a specific place. Let me see, what else? What else are we going to say before we sign off?
No, but the question is, she wants to have the child. So I guess she wants to be.
Well, no, I don't think she should get pregnant. No, as a single, you should not get pregnant. As I said, you should foster or adopt if you really, really want to have a child. There's more than one way to become a parent if it's really about that. Age really has nothing to do with it at this point, I'm sorry to say. I have a girlfriend who was 51 who had twins naturally, no in vitro. So, what's the rush? Let's slow down. Every time that we create these situations for ourselves, we create trouble. Let's not run ahead of God's plan. You still have to stay within the confines of doing things God's way. So if you're single, that means you're celibate until marriage. If you truly, truly, truly want to have a child, fostering, mentoring, adopting are available to you. And I fully encourage you to do those things.
Sign up for the masterclass.
So, folks, I am going to head off now, but I just wanted to come on, love on you for a few minutes, remind you that I'm giving away free books the entire month of February. If you go onto my website at michellehammond.com, if you're on IG, you can go into the bio link and click on the Linktree links to get all this information. Sign up for the masterclass. It's going to be thebomb.com. We'll be answering all your questions. What about older men over age 55 who will not commit, but they treat you well, give you the world? Well, it depends on what you're looking for, Tony. If you are just enjoying the ride and you don't want to land anywhere, carry on and have a good time. But if your goal is marriage, then that person's blocking the view of Boaz. They're just in the way. I think sometimes we end up settling thinking that that's our only option. And sometimes they need to be confronted. If they're treating you well, you need to say, where is this relationship going? You're investing so much in me. I want you to get something out of it, and I'm enjoying my life with you up to this point, but I really am looking for a committed relationship. So should I continue to look at you, or should I move on? Because I don't want to just have a relationship. I want a covenant. That's what you do. So you've got to decide what you want, what your values are, and what you feel you deserve at this point in your life, and go for that. Don't just settle because they're nice and they're hanging around all the time. They're blocking the view. I think Derek Triplett, if you haven't seen the interview I did with Derek on YouTube, he talks about, what's the three people? The chill, one was the thrill, the chill, and the be still. Yeah. You can either be the thrill, you can be the chill, or you can be the one that fills him and causes him to be still in his spirit. Woo-hoo! That'll click. Now, me and Joel Brooks wrote a book called What Women Don't Know and Men Don't Tell You. And what we say is you're the friend, the freak, or the forever. So you need to decide which category you want to be in. And then you've got to set your gaze on that and not settle for less because of the distractions of someone taking you to dinner regularly or whatever they're doing. It's not covenant. And if covenant is what you want, then that's settling if you stay in that space. Okay? So, my friends, all of this to say that all these answers and more can be found in the Love You Masterclass, 40 Days to Getting Real About Life, Love, and Happiness. Please go to my website at michellehammond.com. Sign up. You will not regret it. Life-changing information. If you're ready to make a shift in your relationships and how you've been doing things, sometimes we got to swap up our personal program on what we're doing in our relationships, even our mindsets, because what we anticipate is what we activate, okay? So it is critical for your mindset to be right, for habits to be changed. If you've been doing the same thing, if you've been in a cycle of relationships with the same thing happening over and over, know that the common denominator is you. So how do we switch that up? I'm going to teach you how to do that. So make sure that you sign up for the masterclass so that you're not missing out on valuable information. Now, I'm going to say this one last thing. Invest in yourself. Someone asked me about my beauty regimen. Yes, my skincare products are a little pricey, but guess what? They work. My vitamins are pricey, but guess what? They work. They keep me alive. They keep me fit. They keep me looking good. They keep me youthful. So you got to decide what you want in life and then invest in that area. And, to be penny smart and pound foolish, where you're cutting corners on other stuff. How many people spend? They spend $5 a day or more at Starbucks. How much did that weave cost, girl? How much did that dress? How much did those shoes cost? Think about the things that you spend money on without blinking that have nothing to do with changing your life. Save that money and put it into a program that can renew your mind so your life can be transformed. Invest in yourself. You want your relationships to change? Then you got to do the work and the study on what it takes to make those relationships work. So I hope that you'll join me. I've loved talking with you. God bless you. Know that you are loved. You were created by love, for love, on purpose. Okay? And hey, take the class. You'll be amazed at the difference it's going to make in your life. Talk to you soon. The skincare products are by Dr. Biaggi Zio. You can look it up. All right. Take care.